So welcome to our Thursday morning gathering brought to you by Point 32 Health. My name is Tara Healey, and I'm the founder and director of Mind the Moment, which is the mindfulness program of Point 32 Health, the parent company of Harvard Pilgrim Healthcare and Tufts Health Plan. And so I want to welcome everyone. And for anybody that's new, a special warm welcome to you. These practices are fully guided. They're usually 12 to 14 minutes in length. They're guided, but there are periods of silence in between. And typically, the way we start these, at least in the past, we used to start these with a check-in question. And so I'm sort of kind of going back and forth between doing that and reading a passage or reading a poem or prose. And this morning I want to read a piece by Dana Falds, who, as many of you might know, is one of my favorites. She has written many books of poetry, and I think she's quite remarkable. And so what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and settle us into our posture and kind of get us ready. And then what I would suggest is that as I read the words, to really let those words just kind of drop in, to use it actually as part of the practice, as part of our settling in. And then at the end, usually we finish up with about 10 minutes to spare. And it's an opportunity for folks to share books or apps or links or, any resources related to our practice that you've come across that you would like others to know about. So let's go ahead and settle into a posture that feels like it's going to serve you best this morning. So that could be seated. You can also do a lying down meditation, except if you're tired, I would say avoid that one. So seated, standing, or lying down, those are all fine postures. One isn't better than the other. And so take a moment. Your eyes can be open or closed. That's always the case. And if it feels better to keep your eyes open, you might want to gaze downward just a little bit to help remove any peripheral distraction. And go ahead and just settle your body into the posture that feels best for you this morning. And if you're seated or standing, you want to have a spine that is upright and engaged, yet not stiff. So you're finding that sort of Goldilocks principle of holding yourself in a way that's upright and engaged, relaxed. But again, your core is connected and holding you up. And let's just allow ourselves to arrive. So letting go of all that has happened so far this morning, releasing anticipation of what's to come. So bringing the mind and the body together in this moment. Surrendering your weight into the support of the ground beneath you. So see if you can release any holding in the body. And again, just to the degree that you can, feel the support of the earth, of the ground below you, so that you can just drop right in. Notice the points of contact with the back of the body and the surface. What does it actually feel like from the inside out? And notice any pulsing or vibration or tingling or temperature. So whole body awareness. And just simply with a curious, receptive attitude, receiving whatever sensations are present. They may feel pleasant. They may feel unpleasant. maybe neither one of those, more neutral, all are welcome, received with a kind of curiosity and interest, and perhaps noticing the touch of the clothes on the skin. And taking a moment now to expand awareness just for a bit to include sound in the room or outside of the room. And holding a more open, spacious awareness, I'm going to read from Breath of Joy by Dana Falls, and this is called Drop of Nectar. So see if you can bring your attention to the words, letting the words kind of drop in. At the tip of the hummingbird's long beak, a drop of nectar sits. Before the bird flicks it off, the perfect sphere shimmers like a portal to a different world. Isn't everything closely noticed a doorway to another realm? This ordinary morning has its mystical counterpart and twin. All it takes to be invited in is the choice to see past the surface tension to the ever-changing unity beneath. So letting those words just drop right in. Let's look for an anchor for the wandering mind, something that we can use to help stabilize the busy mind. And to remember always that in practice, we're not trying to clear the mind or stop thought. Thoughts are going to come and go. It's just kind of what the mind does. And this is true for each one of us. In practice, however, we're deciding we're not going to continue to follow a narrative that has slipped in unnoticed and then becomes noticed. We're just simply going to release it, soften the body, and return to our anchor. We're just going to do that over and over and over again, which is why it's called a practice. And so you have lots of options for an anchor. So as you breathe, as you inhale and exhale, where in the body is the sense of breath, the feeling, not thinking about, but the actual feeling, the experience of the breath most noticeable for you? So is it the rise and fall of the abdomen? So do you feel kind of the belly rise, expand, contract? Is it the area around the chest? Maybe the nostrils? It could even be a wider lens of sort of the whole carriage of the body, the movement as you inhale and exhale. Alternatively, you can take the palms of your hands and just simply rest your hands together, or rest your palms on the top of your thighs. And that point of contact, the actual feeling, would be what you return to each time your mind wanders. And then another option is just to open awareness fully to receive the passing of sound. So it's called open choiceless awareness, which would be just moment to moment to moment present to thoughts, emotions, body sensations. So take a moment to just see what might work best for you this morning. and staying with whatever you've chosen for the remainder of the practice. And noticing where your mind is, and releasing the memory or planning, softening the body, and returning to your anchor. And again, noticing where the mind is, releasing the memory or planning, softening the body, and returning. And as we bring this meditation to a close, may we be peaceful and at ease. May our heart be soft and open. May we be safe and protected, and our bodies healthy and strong. And may whatever good comes of our practice be of benefit to all beings. And so if your eyes were closed or gazed downward, go ahead and take a minute just to reorient to the room, to the space you're in, maybe do a little bit of a stretch. And we've got some time. So usually we save about 10 minutes at the end. And so I welcome any questions or comments about the practice. Books or apps or anything, any resources that you've come across that you want to share with others. And of course, if anybody needs to hop off, this is the time to do it. We're all set with the practice. And if you haven't opened up the chat, go ahead and do that, and just make sure you go to the drop-down menu and select everyone. One of the options that I offered, I think I did, and I do occasionally, I think I did yesterday too, is this kind of open choiceless awareness. And I want to just emphasize that oftentimes, or when I was early on in my practice, many years ago, teachers often said that was a more advanced practice. But I don't know, I have never really felt that. And I think that it's important to know that you have options, and that there may be some mornings or some evenings. I often practice in the evening. Actually, there might be where it just, you're really able to access the feeling of the breath at the belly or the chest or the nostrils, and that's just working for you. But know you can mix it up. So this open awareness or choiceless awareness means that you are just opening up to the full experience of what's happening. So thoughts, emotions, body sensations, sounds, the arising and passing of sound, labeling hearing rather than what's actually making the sound, but just engaging that. I'm glad you liked the poem. I enjoyed the open choice. Choiceless option. Yeah, I think it's a good one. I started reading the book Build the Life You Want by Arthur Brooks. Oh, very good. Thank you, Nancy. Yeah, wonderful. And I feel like the benefit of these practices is that whatever we read or how we engage, that this can inform that. Did anybody else try the choiceless awareness, or is that a practice that you've engaged in the past? Sometimes I think it can be challenging to keep a narrow focus, but know that all these, really what matters is the quality of awareness. It doesn't so matter what you're choosing as your stabilizer or your anchor. What matters is the quality of awareness you're able to bring. And so what you choose can vary day to day. But body sensation, breath, sound, open awareness, they're all options. So the poem that I read, I have a hummingbird feeder. I don't know if anybody else has a hummingbird feeder, but when there is a little hummingbird there, it's at my kitchen window. If I'm walking by and I catch it, it just stops me in my tracks, because they really inspire wonder and awe. and how they travel. So they'll be migrating soon, late August, early September. And I haven't seen one in a couple days, so it's possible that some of them are already heading out. But I feel like when I see one, that I'm able to just be like completely present with the experience of watching this really awe-inspiring creature take in nourishment for their very, very long flight. It is it is just a blur. They're amazing, and often when they're at the feeder, their wings are flapping like crazy, but occasionally they're completely quiet, just taking in that, nectar. Well, if there is nothing else, I want to wish everybody, a wonderful holiday weekend. I always feel like this transition kind of signals the end of summer, although it's not quite officially the end of summer. But the weather looks decent, better than it did earlier in the week. And so I just wish you all well and safety if you're traveling, um, and just enjoyment to have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. And one of our teachers will see you on Tuesday, and I'll be back on Wednesday and Thursday. Okay, everybody, take care.